Hello, this is Michael Stahl.
And I'm Ryan Gallick.
We're co-founders of the Mental Hygiene Project.
Today, Michael's going to share the 4 stages of anger that are relevant in these times of fear and uncertainty.
In this time of uncertainty and fear, nobody knows what's going to happen sometimes tomorrow as opposed to even next week. So what we need to be able to do is understand the 4 stages of anger and some positive intervention techniques that we can use to have communications that are constructive as opposed to destructive. The first stage of anger is event. This means something happens that creates a situation where somebody is angry, they're irritated, they're upset. Number 2, escalation. This is where people start to manifest even more physical, mental, and emotional anger or reactivity. And number 3 is crisis. We joke about this is full-on Hulk mode. It's the closest that a normal human being can be to the comic book character, because when you're in the crisis stage, there's no logical thought or rational thinking. This is why people say and do things in a fit of anger that they later regret. And stage number 4 is resolution. This is when you have gone over the peak, and it's also when people will come back down to baseline and they start to realize that what they said or did was inappropriate. This is when people start to apologize. They say things like, "I'm really sorry for what I said. I didn't mean that. I was just so angry and so upset." Dr. Raymond Navaco, professor at the University of California, discovered that there are 3 beliefs that people have when they are angry. This is unfair. This is out of my control. This is happening to me. These beliefs have to be changed when someone is angry. And as we all deal with the COVID-19 crisis, many people are walking around in an elevated state of low-grade anger without even knowing it. Because people are just frustrated. There's so much uncertainty. We are wanting answers. So let's go over 3 things that we can do to help out our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our coworkers when they're going through any of the stages of anger. Number 1, have more patience and understanding, even than you normally would. Know that if somebody is saying things that are irrational or seemingly even irrelevant, they might be in an elevated stage of anger. So be patient with them and have a level of understanding and extend a level of understanding to them that maybe you wouldn't do in times of normalcy. Number 2, let people vent and have a listening ear. It's incredibly important for human beings to be able to release stress just by venting, getting out what is irritating them. And there may not be specific answers to that, and yet if you can at least listen in a non-judgmental way to what somebody says, it helps them not only release stress, but come back down to baseline. And number 3, help people focus on solutions. When we focus on solutions, we ask people what their opinion is, it starts to help them think more rationally. Because if you're engaging in a calm, professional, 2-way dialogue, it's going to be much more difficult for people to believe this is out of my control, this is unfair, this is happening to me, because you are engaging them in a dialogue, asking them what their opinion is. And you never know, creative ideas can come out of that as well. We're all going to get through this together, and let's be a little bit more patient and understanding with all of those that we know, that we work with, our friends, our family, everybody we come into contact with. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Michael. That information is so important to know, both for themselves and for others in these very challenging times. I'm Ryan Gallick.
And I'm Michael Stahl
from the Mental Hygiene Project.